Ladies and gentlemen, eyes up. All bets are off now. This is Count It In. Three bands and two comics are performing for a student talent show. How many different programs in terms of order can be arranged? This time, we are sure that these three bands and two comics will be performing on the said talent show. Hence, we have 5 different placements because we are determining the number of possible arrangements that we could do for our program. And since there are no other restrictions with regards to their arrangements, and at the same time, what is unique here is that we know that if a band number 1 is already placed as the first one to perform on a talent show, it can no longer appear on the next few schedules because they are to perform only once. That is also true if we are picking here the first comic. That would mean that they are not to repeat rather on the next few scheduled. So that would mean we simply use here the fundamental counting principle in determining the number of ways in order for us to determine the number of programs that we could come up. And since we are just counting them, or we do not concern with a specific arrangement of the comics and bands, for the first schedule, the first to perform, we will have 5 different performers, whether it's band number 1, 2, or 3, and comic number 1 and number 2. All of them can be placed as a first performer on the said talent show. The next schedule, after a certain band or comic has performed already, there are 4 remaining performers because the first performer will not be able to return on the next schedule. Following that, we'll have 3 performers left here, regardless of whether it's a band or a comic that will be presenting here. Again, next we will have 2, and of course, if we have already established the first 4 performers, for the last, there's only 1 performer that can perform on the said talent show. So the fundamental counting principle allows us to multiply all of this. So 5 times 4 times 3 and times 2, then 1. The result for this would be the number of ways, a number of programs in terms of order that we could come up using the 3 bands and 2 comics performers. So 5 times 4 is 20, times 3 is 60, times 2, 120, times 1, you have 120 ways to arrange your program. This is the answer for this type of situation, and that's Count It In. Talking about getting the luck of the draw. For all in, subscribe now.